we go? I do believe we're live. So I'll say, indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. I've been, for lack of a better word, been having an allergic reaction all day. Just like constant, constant flow and some occasional sneezing. And a lot of head fog. And I thought it felt apt to title today's stream Managing the Symptoms. Right? Because I'm definitely experiencing the symptoms of my allergies. I took an antihistamine. I don't know if it helped. I don't know if it has an effective duration and if it has been too long since the last one. You know what? I'll go and take another and see if it helps. Because it is going to be challenging for you, I believe, to stick around if I'm having the sniffles the whole time. I do feel a huzzah in me for the fact that we are showing up despite it. Let's see. Is this gonna work? Managing symptoms. I am definitely one to try and prevent, ideally. Cure is better. But managing symptoms is also a part of the human experience. There's a certain cause and effect that we're not always aware of. I wonder how many things we're experiencing right now that's caused by something easily fixable. Ooh, somebody needs some garlic and a hot shower. I don't know if I'm sick. I don't feel sick any other way than having the snuffles. Right, and when I have the snuffles like this, it usually comes with some puffy eyes, head heaviness. But who knows? Well, your immune response appears to be doing something. It's doing something. I don't know if it's the grass. I don't know if you friends remember, but I told you about it's a new baby Indian myna that just flew past me. He's still so young. I wonder if it's possible. Allergies, maybe? I think it is allergies, right? I don't know if the antihistamines are supposed to work that fast, but maybe I'm placeboing myself into getting better actively. And that's almost like one of the things that I feel needs to be talked about in today's stream. How much of managing our symptoms is us placeboing ourselves into feeling better? How much of the bad we feel is a symptom? Within about 20 minutes for me, The antihistamines start working within 20 minutes. Yeah, that was not 20 minutes. That was like 2, less than even. I was starting to think about the electric storm we went through just before. Jaquima Pumulu. Hi. Guyana. Palsy. Hi to you too. It's nice to have you friends here with me. I apologize in advance that if I'm not the most engaging person you've ever seen in your life, I'll give some of the blame to the fact that I've been having a allergic reaction. I don't know if it's to the grass, but the grass, as you can see, has grown. It has. I'm a big fan. That's nice. Love is true. If you're a big fan of anything, it has to be that first. I appreciate you sharing some of your love with me as well. It's bright out here. Maybe that's also a part of it, where I have the safety squints on a little bit. Missing my hat. Should I go and get it? It's not gonna help. You guys check out the hippie over here telling us he's allergic to the earth. I'm allergic to some parts of the earth, it seems. Some parts of it doesn't seem to be indicative of my calm state of being. The electric, the electric lines on our farm got melted. Remember that big storm we had where we didn't have power again for a few days? Yeah, apparently the electricity made its way downtown, as they say, through all of the electric lines that powered some water pumps and even the pivot down under, which is a, how do you say, bummer, big old bummer. And with that, it also electrocuted or shorted out the lawnmower, the electric lawnmower that was being used. And I think a gasoline powered one got fixed up again, made to be operational. Where do you live on Earth? Here, right now, I am living on Earth. You think that's funny? I'm thinking about how living on the Earth is such a broad statement. Right? And I'm wondering how that whole thought today, having this allergic reaction, what my allergies will be like as I go to different places too. And I am having allergies again coming back here. And I've been having allergies here my whole life. It's always been a thing. I've always been having allergies. And there's clearly something growing in this area that seems to be messing with me. I wonder if it's the grass. I might be allergic to the grass. Haha, hippie man, allergic to grass. Stop, Sam. Let me be allergic to grass, please. I like your necklace, thanks. I made it myself. This bit, and I tied this rope to my neck. This little bitty was made by Mama Gaia. feel a lot of head pressure still. My nose is no longer running, which I like. Thank you, antihistamines. But the head pressure hasn't left. I don't think the gasoline lawnmower sounds is helping particularly, but it will get the grass cut. It is the season for it to grow like this. There has been a lot of water. I think that did help technically, right? Did cut some of that noise. Are we just gonna meditate a little bit? I don't think the sounds are gonna go away. There is some lightning approaching, it seems. Maybe some more rainy cloudies for a second. Maybe we move a little bit. That river coon. Hey, Jaju. Good morning to all of you beautiful humans. Good morning to you. What is your favorite color? Green. My favorite color is green. I like it. Green is beautiful, Mars. Really is green here right now as well. It's very stark. It doesn't look like this year round. But it is pretty now that it's so. Flowers are blooming. You see the spider lilies? Isn't that something? Bunch of little spider lilies. They do bloom and then fade pretty much instantly. So this might hurt a little bit, but green is my favorite color too. Is that a little bug? There are two little bugs. This thing is having a hard time catching focus, huh? That bug is going for a ride. Wow. That bug is having fun. Guess who utilized the snooze button this morning? Zhao. I took a nap just before stream. I've been having some allergies, and it was begging me to hit the snoozing buttons as well, so I don't blame you. I get it. Huh. That's interesting. That was sweeter than anticipated. Way sweeter than anticipated. I'm guessing there is some nectar down there. It's definitely sticky to the touch. I don't know if I was supposed to lick that. If I drop dead, notify someone that it was spider lily juice. I consumed spider lily juice and it brought me down. I hope not. Hey, it's Hoopter Hoops. I love these flowers. Can't wait to see South Africa in full bloom. There's, I think, a bunch of different seasons as well. I think Jill told us that the clivia or clivias were in full bloom just before we were there too. And now the spider lilies are definitely in bloom at this point. They do bloom for a while though, I think. I'm putting some aloe vera goo on my cut. It's been healing well. It's mostly closed up. Some of it is barely even visible anymore. How is Jill? I'm sure she's well. She does live in a very beautiful place and her internet is working again. I identify as Hopty Hoops. Me too. Even me. I also Hopty Hoops. I love to use. Love to use. That's so cute. Love to use. You said spider lilies bloom, then die like right there and then. Javan, that makes me think of the spider lilies outside Aaron's house in the beginning of Attack on Titan. I mean, it's not that instant, but here you can see, right? There is, I'll, I'll reach out a little bit. There is a pod, and they're gonna make new ones. That's gonna be a new spider lily soon, but that's the one that bloomed like yesterday or day before yesterday, and this one was yesterday. So they do perish quickly, which is also visually interesting. But when they're nice and fresh, it's even more satisfying to watch them open up. You see that? That's a new spike. I thought that was honeysuckle this whole time. They die so quickly. They really do. But they do make new ones. There's a whole new cluster that's going to become flowers. There's a cluster recently broken open. So fear not, more will come. But they do show up and go away quickery.
What's that? What's that? What's that? Huh? What that be? What is that? Huh? What is that? What that be? What that is? Hmm? Are you scared of it? It's touching my stuff. It's touching my what? What's it doing? What's it doing? Oh, there's going again.
Yeah, we call those shongololos. Making his way. I wonder if they're the same flowers. I must have forgotten the detail. As the honeysuckles? I mean, that sap that I just tasted was very sweet. It's still sweet. So it might be. Maybe it is a honeysuckle. Let me see something. Hmm. After rain. Yeah, that's the one we have, right? And this one is called the beach spider lily. So it seems we have a beach spider lily. Hmm. Okay, I was hoping for more information, but throughout history, the beach spider lily has been associated with various symbolic meanings in many cultures. Its pristine white flowers represent purity, innocence, and beauty, Ancient civilizations often use this flower in rituals or ceremonies to highlight these attributes. Well, would you look at that? It does seem like they are spider lilies. There are more beautiful species, though, as well. Nah, same flower as Sam mentioned above in Attack on Titan. I would think they're not honeysuckle, being a lily. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Mm-mm-mm. Can't believe I'm gonna flower frequency it in 2026. Nice. You should be doing so. I wonder if there's. I wonder if there. Okay, yeah, the Attack on Titan thing. I like the word shongalolo, but their little creepy feet send shivers down my spine from eons away. Yeah, I grew up with them, so their tiny little feet feel kind of nice. It's an interesting sensation of them running on you like that. So what's up beside? So what's up? Not much for me. Hoopty hoops. I am absorbing my days in tranquility and steadiness as I'm heading towards a different world. I'm grateful for the one I'm in, and I'm grateful for the story that's unfolding. Same flower, there we go. Yeah, honeysuckle grows way different. It's a vine, or viney bush, or tenderly shrub. I would not call myself a plant expert. I would like to be one, right? But I'm sure when I augment myself, that would be one of the things that I do. Plant identification, being able to look at things and then know, know exactly what that is, know exactly which compounds it contains, what it can be used for in a pinch, for food or for medicine, for healing. And if I don't know, and the internet doesn't know, I would like to have sequencers, sensors with me that can help me test what's inside said plants, make it a part of the database as well. Honeysuckle grows on top of fences here. It's like everywhere. And whatever honeysuckle ends up, poison ivy often does too. Wherever. Poison ivy and honeysuckle go together. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to have like a proper like identification. Giovanna's gonna help me. Look at that. We were synchronicity Joe. I'll absolutely show you how to identify poison ivy. Yes. Yes, priest. I would love to know. We don't have any of that here, so I've never had to look out for it, and I do not want to be poison ivied. I've heard excruciating things. I wonder if I want to take this off. We went to a big bridge, one of the biggest places to bungee jump off of. And we were given the opportunity by my dad to bungee jump. And it's a bunch of these little thingies that thick. And they give these away as souvenirs for people to test the actual strength of the rubber that you're jumping from. Like I think it would be hard for me to snap these with my hands even. That's gonna hurt if I manage to. Part of me wants to try, but I'd rather not. Bungee jumping. total experience that you get is 2 minutes 20 seconds. We would time it, like watch as the person gets ready to jump, and then from the actual jumping off to being all the way back up top was 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And I felt sure you can probably get a lot of adrenaline, but what you really want is that sensation of flying. And then you do get that sensation for about 30 seconds, and then your tether kicks in, and then you're bopping up and down until you're fetched. I think I'll probably hold out for like a kind of eVTOL, like a drone that the person can fly in kind of technology. Travel when you fall when you jump, snap. Yeah, agreed. I'm gonna like get inside. Feel like my senses are not having a good time. Don't stop learning, bro. Even those minutes and seconds count. They count a lot, actually. I'm sure you have lots of buts and wants inside you. It's nothing. No, I actually don't. Maybe some wants could arise, right? Like thinking about the things that I might need when it comes to the cold. But other than that, I feel a very real sense of calm, stepping forward day after day. This is no scary feat to me. Life shows us where it is we're going. Screw bungee jumping. I want the wingsuit. You see, Mojo? Now me and you are on the same page. Exactly. Like wingsuit sounds pretty lit as well. Because then I'm actually like getting to experience flight. Not just for a while. Ugh. My senses are not having a good time. It's nice having my eyes closed. Yeah, I think it might be the grass I'm allergic to. We are in the middle of so much grass. So much grass. Let me see something quick there. I'm back on the farm again, and I'm having like a allergic reaction to something.
Welcome back.
No.
There is something grounding about getting.
No, I did not. I was not done talking. That thing just like suddenly went for it. You must listen. You must just listen. Shh. And I've been having a little bit of an allergic reaction to something in the air. The only thing I can really think of is the grass, and I would like to know how common grass allergies are. Hmm. Mojo, I got falling. A wingsuit. That sounds like one of the top 10 easiest ways to experience accidental human liquefaction. Yeah, that's why I'm like still. I was like on the same page as Mojo, but I don't really want to do the wingsuit unless the wingsuit also has like fail safes. I want thrust. I want something that can produce thrust. I'm lost. How is a suit gonna give you a flight experience? A wingsuit. Like one day we'll find ourselves. I think I've watched every wingsuit video on YouTube. That's your thing, Mojo. Mine is the EUCs. I don't think I've watched every EUC video on YouTube, but I've watched a lot of them, so I get it. Get it. You said you have a one wheel, right? So you're already into that whole different modes of transportation thing. Yeah, I can see it. Go and watch some eVTOL videos next though. I think that's gonna be more expensive, but it feels less sketchy. Less, if you mess up, you die ish. Time to deal with wings. Yeah. Sounds like you're having a rough time getting back into the farm routine. Grass allergies, typically an allergen to grass pollen, are actually one of the most common allergies in the world. I thought so. I did think so. No, no. How common are grass allergies worldwide? Between 10 and 30% of the population suffers from hay fever, and the grass is one of the primary culprits. Sensitization. Researchers suggests up to 40% of people with any kind of allergy are specifically sensitized to grass pollen. The ubiquity factor, because grasses are found almost everywhere, from manicured lawns to wild pastures, they are much harder to avoid than tree or weed pollen, which are often more localized. Yeah, there it goes. On a farm, you aren't just dealing with grass on the ground, you're dealing with high concentrations, unmowed tall grasses. Like, even if this grass is going to get cut on the lawn, just on that lawn edge, there's just grass almost as tall as me for thousands, thousands of square meters. And it just keeps going and going. uh, Tall grasses and hay produce significantly more pollen than mowed suburban lawns. Wind travel. Grass pollen is incredibly light. Even if you aren't standing in a field, the wind carries microscopic invaders for miles. Cross reactions. If you're allergic to one type, like Timothy or Bermuda grass, you're likely allergic to many other grasses as well because their proteins are very similar. So, and there is, like, I think there's like three different grass species just on our lawn alone. Mm-mm-mm. Mask up. It's telling me to win an N95 mask. Yeah, see. Okay. I wasn't having allergic reaction experiences on the trip, right? And I feel there was a sense of relief for me in that. But it's fine. I am learning. I am learning about the grass. It only grows really tall and like it is right now for a certain period of the year. Managing symptoms. Try a diary. Try a diary for all of this would work. It would absolutely. But this is like an open love letter, I guess you can call it, to the world, to myself, to the future, to the potential that a human being has, even if they're managing their symptoms, right? The fact that I could just be like, nah, actually, I feel like a mess. I feel like I'm going to be uninteresting. I'm just going to not do my live stream today instead. No, no, actually, no. Nobody needs to hear you. Yeah, including you. Including you, friend. You don't need to hear me either. All it takes for you to not hear me is to turn your phone off or whatever computer you're using to access this experience, right? And I will not be made less for it. However, you do have the capacity to make the world a better place for a stranger in chat here with you. For me, maybe you could say something thoughtful. Maybe you could ask me a question that challenges me deeply, gives me a reason to consider something bigger than myself. But no, instead, instead we want to get stuck in the semantics of ego, the the want to believe something, even if you're wrong, right? Especially when you're wrong. Interestingly enough, I find it's when you're wrong that the ego gets extra defensive about why it's actually right. Time to do going live. Bless you. Oh dear Melt, Indiana. You think Indiana is bad? I don't think it's gonna be as bad as where I am right now, Joe. At least I'm gonna be living in kinda suburbia, right? Kinda, right? Suburbs, housing complexes and stuff. What's the pollen like in Indiana?
Since we are in late December.
No, no winter period. Yes, mold spores, piles of leaves from Norman wet fields, kicking up massive cedar and juniper pollen, farm allergens. Give me a year-round breakdown of the. It's so it doesn't give me a chance to make.
In Indiana, your farm life.
So it's gonna be trees for the most part. I don't think I'm allergic to trees, but it does seem like there's a lot going on. During spring, it's the oak and maple trees. During summer, it's timothy and bluegrass. During fall, it's the ragweeds, and during winter, it's mold and storage mites that can cause allergies. Comparing Indiana to Limpopo is a fascinating study in allergy opposites. While Indiana follows a rigid four season on off cycle, Limpopo, part of South African's savanna biome, has a much longer, more continuous allergy profile because it rarely gets cold enough for a true killing frost. Here is how your farm life in Indiana compares to the farm environment in Limpopo. In spring, there can be violent spikes of oak, maple, and pine pollens, high intensity but for short durations. In Limpopo, where I am, it's September to November, where high tree pollen from oak as well, plane and indigenous celtis, and white stinkwood trees. Then during summer, that is a grass peak, and then the ragweed starts, the timothy and bluegrass, where ours goes from December to February, so it's right now. So I am peak grass allergy season. Kik Kikuyu, Kikuyu, you, please don't quote me on that. And Bermuda grass thrive in the summer rains. And this fall, ragweed is king. Pollen ends abruptly with the first frost. And then there's a second wave of grass and weeds, and mold spores rise as it gets cooler and damper. And then winter, outdoor pollen is dead, mostly mold, dust, and indoor triggers. And then in South Africa, it never truly stops. Grass persists, cedar and cypress trees peak in the dry cold. So, yeah, if you're worried about me being worse off in Indiana, at least I won't be technically hit for hit. This is a place I'm getting wrecked more often. Don't be rude to the folks. Love is true. He was asking for it. It's true. I must have them ignored. I do too. Right. At least ignoring them with the emotional parts of myself. Switch to live chat hoops. That is gonna do it for you too. I'm also switching to all messages at the same time. Hey, I'm not a stranger. Hey, Trudy. It's nice having you here. Switch to live. We had a troll and they had to get bounced. Oh, there's definitely grass, a lot of it. My sister got tested and is allergic to it. She battles allergies every spring. Maybe I'll battle some allergies. Maybe I'll genetically modify myself to stop being allergic to them or something. I don't know. But I do know that it's not going to be a problem. I got many problems and my allergies ain't one. It does mess with me a little bit. I wouldn't be going out for job interviews during spring, I guess. Uh, I probably will be actually. Oh my, oh my goodness. Could always move to Arizona. Not a lot of grass there. Yeah, Arizona. I don't know if I want to be in the Arizona. I think I'm fine with the trees. I think I'll be fine. I look forward to noticing how things affects me on that side too. Food, I'm very curious about, especially. I do have the intention to hunt for my own food. Anything I can do to provide for myself something that is as close to nature as possible. Right? I understand that factory farming feeds a lot of people, but the hippie in me doesn't know if it begets the most healthy calories. Do the calories remember? I think the water does, at the very least. I want the water that is in the meats that I eat to remember seeing forests, ideally, if I can choose so. We live to serve the pleasure. Desire tech is life. Sounds like some sort of reference. There's a lot of deer in the Midwest. If you want to go that route, you'll need a deep freeze. Yep, that'll be a big part of it. I'm not opposed to having a deep freeze. They measure the cubic feet inside by how many chunked up deer you can fit in there. America. Are you serious? We usually measure them in liters, but I mean, you could convert chunked up deer into liters too. Checking the price of deep freezes in Indiana. Hmm, that's not bad. Yeah. Are you serious? That's the Home Depot had signs up last year. I think it's probably a matter of like where you shop or what clients they sell to, I guess. That is grim and funny at the same time though. This bad boy can fit so many deer parts. Slaps the top of the deep freeze. It is one of those things, right? I feel It's a matter of managing symptoms. One of the symptoms I've noticed of the holidays, let's call it, is a gain in weight. I'm pretty heavy right now, but I don't feel as fat, right? I feel like I gained a lot of mass, not just fat. However, I'm the heaviest I've been in like 2 years right now. Real heavy. And it is something that I won't allow to spiral indefinitely. Like, that's something that people have warned me against the most of going to America. My cousin went to America, and it happened a little bit to her as well. Is that it's very hard not to gain a lot of weight. Gaining weight comes easy when there's so many things that call for your attention, that stimulate your appetite. Are you? Yeah, yeah. Managing our symptoms. I feel like there definitely is a matter of symptom managing in our species right now. Instead of wound cleaning, instead of disease healing, there's just a bunch of symptom treating. And I understand. I do. But it is also a matter of taking some responsibility. This cut I have on my foot is almost completely healed. There was a moment where it was not looking okay. Waiting until I start showing symptoms would have been inadvisable, right? And now here I find myself grateful that I had a mom who helped me as well. Mom also helped clean the wound, patching it up. Peppers are always the answer. Well, I'm late today. Hey everyone. Peppers? Did I miss some context? Might have. Peppers for weight loss, Darren? I mean, sure, you could do that. You could choose literally any other way that doesn't scorch the butthole on the way out. I mean, if you really think about it, Sam, if the food is so hot that you don't want to continue eating it, you'll lose weight. And if it's so hot on its way out, you won't want to continue eating it as well, losing weight. Right? So it depends on what kind of person you are. If you're the kind of person that can't really handle your hot food and you've just been eating too much of everything else or whatever, switching to hot food might help you eat less. Might just be too much for you to eat a lot of it. Messages getting deleted? What's happening there? These things are tough. I'm having a whole inner dialogue with myself about these things, the bungee jumping stuff. They have I want to call it a deal, an offer, that if you're older than 60, you get to bungee for free. Right, and I'm sure they do make that offer knowing that people are gonna come with their grandparents or whatever to film them or at least watch them bungeeing, and it's not gonna be the every elderly person that wants to actually do such a thing. And thinking about this intention we set as siblings, at least me and my sister did, to go there again when we're in our 60s and make use of that deal. How fun it would be to do such a thing. And it makes me think about what we'll look like, what our health will be like at that age, what we'll concern ourselves with, how happy we'll be with how we've been spending our time. Adds a lot of perspective to this moment. There's this episode of The 70s Show where they all get pranked with laxative brownies, and the idiot of the group picks up another brownie after shitting himself and bites in. That's why that wouldn't work for me. I'm the idiot. With the hot sauce, I hear you. I mean, if the brownies were still good and you're already laxative, would you go for another one? Can you get over laxative? I guess he probably found out. I understand it's a show, but part of me can understand as well. Oh, love is true. I'm gonna go get my tablet quickly. Show you friends some flower. Read you a poem. And then I'll say goodbye. Cheers. Anche pas. Don't say anything. Melt fam. Hey Dan. It's nice having you here. I made it just in time. You did. We're on our hour mark. Peppers boost metabolism, ends the effect it has. Gets rid of what is lurking, and then the fire isn't really a symptom. They say we carry 10 pounds at any given time. I can imagine that. Probably even more. You carry a lot. All right, none of us weigh only 10 pounds. And all of it is information, right? Energy stored, just in different forms. Yeah, and I might need all 10 pounds of that ever show themselves at a town hall. Then, but we're just getting into the forbidden topics. Yeah. That's why I'm like, all right, let's wrap it up. All right, time to let's let's get packing. Mm-hmm. All righty. I'll show you the flowers in the file first. Already showed you the yellow one from yesterday. We're doing a green one. I'm in the hot seat, y'all. Had date number 3 with the new cool woman. Now I'm a nervous Nilly. Yeah, sometimes that happens, bro. It's nice though. right? To feel like there is this stakes, right? If you weren't a little bit nervous, it meant you didn't really like her. So that's nice. Day three, nice man. Love is true. I'm coming in hot with another forbidden topic. No, I don't think so. Are you gonna talk about Swaggart again? This would be this would be one of the designs for Swaggart line. No, where you going? I'm building. I'm yes, a budding connection, and I have a tendency to wanna hit the fast forward button. Yeah, take it easy, bro. There is Jovan with my hard eyes. Hey, where you going? Oh, don't hide. Jovan with my hard eyes, making me feel all loved and stuff. Loving the flowers, knowing they're made with love. Loving me, being loved. Love is true. The forbidden topics are food, what food becomes in Braun. Yeah, just not something that I really enjoy talking about. Doesn't really inspire my heart with hope. I guess it could. If I'm very hungry, it inspires my heart with hope, but it's usually a distraction in the moment. Like I'm thinking about food right now. Instead of thinking about how beautiful this flower is. What have you done? Do you see what you've done? Okay, I got this. Love is true. Love is true. You're so free to talk about your date though. For day three, I had her over for dinner, but I did this shit racelet. I don't know what that means. Is that a type of food? And you're feeling the need to slow down with this one, Dan. Are you remembering past mistakes? Don't hang onto any of that when you're pursuing someone new. Good advice, too. Yeah. Every moment is new, kind of thing, right? Normally, I see it's a tabletop grill with this cheese melter underneath. Mm. You had like a bad one. It still sounds nice, right? Getting to heat your own food up. I've heard they work decently well. Is that not the case? Let us know. Forbidden topic, even if it is. So I had all of these bite-sized meats and sit there and grill veggies and meat and eat for like 2 hours. That sounds fun. That sounds fun, right? You probably did like a little bit of extra prep work, but I don't sound any I don't hear anything that's wrong. Frankly, hon, she's probably just impressed you even know what a racelet is. You're doing better than you think. Yeah, me like, what's a racelet? What'd that be? Normally I see. Do you? I'll hold you like this. I don't know. It's probably gonna be bopping, bipping around a little bit like this. There we go. Nice. Working. Normal didn't rush me. It was already there, waiting with the lights on. Same routine, same paths worn into the day, coffee made the usual way, keys where I left them, time moving like it always does. Coming back feels strange at first, like slipping into a jacket that fits but remembers who you used to be. These are the patterns we built. This is Eva. Eva's like, come on, give me attention. No, you can't be doing that. Wants to sit on the couch. Je mag niet op je bank wezen. Eva, af van die bank af. Eva, Eva, af. Af van die bank af. Assa, dankie, Woefie, dankie. Stoute Eva. So what's the next plan? Sam, it's all good. I'm just nervous person by nature. I feel you, bro. You made the girl dinner. Take a breath. You're good. Listen to her. This is what gets me, Sam. She doesn't have her shit figured out for next weekend, so I can't plan. Inaction, Lamar. Yeah. I had a few moments like that where inaction or indecisiveness really did mess with my whole vibe. Same routine. No, I already read those. The whole jacket part, like it remembers who you used to be. These are the patterns we built to keep life moving. When thinking gets heavy, brush teeth, feed the body, answer the messages, show up. There's comfort here. There's also choice. I notice how easy it is to run the day on autopilot to let the hours decide who I am. But I'm here now inside the routine, breathing in it. The same walk can feel different when you're not trying to escape it. The same day can soften when you stop fighting its shape. Normal isn't the enemy, it's the canvas. What changes isn't the schedule, it's the way I arrive, a little kinder, a little slower. Less convinced something is missing, I come home to what already is to find room in it to live again. Brittany, it's nice to have you here. Peppers, especially bell peppers, help with allergies due to their high vitamin C content. I want that. Need to go and eat myself some peppers or something. Thank you, friends, for joining me today. It really was nice having this moment, sharing some space. I appreciate you so very much, dear friends. Thank you for being here with me. I'll see you again tomorrow. All right.